Hi everyone, how are you today? Welcome to my channel, and I'm going to share a past life regression case study today. It's a very special case study because it was one of the very best clients that I had and one of the very best transformations that I saw in any client. So without wasting much time, let's begin. So the client's name, which is by the way changed, is Veruca, and I'm sharing the details of her session with her written permission. So she was a young woman in her late 20s. She was born in Canada to Jamaican parents. She worked in the security industry, but she was very unsatisfied with her job and purpose in life and felt that there was nothing more to life. She had been on a spiritual journey which had been positive, but recently she started to feel disinterested, demotivated, and drained of energy. She felt very depressed. She also suffered from recurrent cysts all over her body, and she had to get surgery done every few years to remove them. Additionally, she had recently started binge eating, and she wanted to stop this habit before it caused any harm to her health. When she came in for the first session, she looked very dull, disinterested, and sad, and I had to really make an effort to try and talk to her because she was visibly distressed. Her spirit seemed to be folded in as she spoke very dimly. It was very difficult to hear her. I had to repeat my questions to make sure she heard them because it seemed as if she is somewhere else entirely. Her level of pain before starting the session was 10 out of 10. Now, session 1. I guided her to her subconscious mind where she rested in a beautiful garden, of course after the hypnotic induction. I wanted that she experience some peace before we embark on this past life regression and healing journey. In this state, Veruca felt a stiffness and pain coming up in her upper back. Now, when this happens, I do not ignore it. It is the stuck energy that needs to be released at that time, and that energy is coming up for her, making her feel that stiffness. Therefore, I asked her to focus on it and gradually increase the stiffness to the maximum amount possible at the count of 3. She then increased that stiffness to an uncomfortable state. That's when I guided her subconscious mind to go to a past life where she can experience and know the root cause of this stiffness. This technique in past life regression therapy is called as bridging. Veruca found herself in another body, walking at night, carrying something heavy on her shoulders. On imploring more, she saw that it was a long stick with bags on both ends containing food. She was walking along with a lot of people in her village, and all of them were carrying their own items in the same way. She walked through the forested area with a lot of trees and grass. There was nothing more to see in that scene, so I asked her to go to a significant event of that life. She suddenly felt a lot of pain and anguish coming over her. She said that her teeth were shattering because she suffered a seizure. She felt a tightness in her throat and thought that she ate something that harmed her as well. She shed tears as she released a lot of pain from that lifetime. After some time, she couldn't identify anything else to that situation, so I asked her to go to the end of that life, where she could review her entire life. She felt very sad at that time. She was crying. She said that she was feeling alone, even though she had a family in that life. I asked her why. She said it's because she couldn't speak to anyone because of her loss of teeth and her eating something that destroyed her throat. This led to this deep pain and loneliness. I asked Veruca to let all these feelings come to her awareness, feel them completely, and when she is comfortable, to release them. After some time, she indicated that she is ready to move on. So I asked her to go to another life, which was significant for her to see today. She then found herself sitting and eating rice in her sunny room with other people around her. She was in a shelter and she was there to get food. I guided her to go to a significant event in this life. After a long pause, Veruca broke down once again. She said that she felt helpless and didn't know why she was alive. Her family had died in an accident long ago. I asked her how old she was at that time, and she said she was 15. She didn't stay in shelter for long, just enough to get food. I asked her to go to another significant event in that life, and Veruca suddenly had a change of expression. She was now laughing and giggling. I was curious as to what she was seeing. She said that she was looking at herself in that life, continuously eating, and it was almost comical to her. Further in that life, she found herself as a man with poor health and a wife who was taking care of him. He was very sick, and his wife was taking care of him while he was bedridden, making him feel very grateful and emotional. In this life, she experienced love and care, something she had missed in her previous life. After this session, Veruca felt a lot lighter and peaceful. She realized that she needed to open up to people and express more in order to avoid feeling alone. She also got this information that her recurrent cysts all over her body were related to her feelings of feeling helplessness and that she needed to take control of her life. Finally, she realized that her binge eating habit was related to her feeling unfulfilled and that she needed to find a passion in her life. That session ended and she left with a pain assessment of 3. Now that's the end of session 1. Stay tuned for session 2 in the next video. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.